Good morning, sports and volleyball fans. This is Quick Set powered by Smart 5G. We are coming to you live here at the Salle Green Hills Gym for the semifinals of the 2025 Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League Rising Stars Cup. From 30 teams, we are now down to just 4. My name is Diana Igual, your courtside reporter, together with Jong Panerio and Richie Cordero. Now, in just a while, we will be seeing great volleyball action from our Division 2 semis teams. We have the Immaculate Conception Academy versus the Everest International Academy, followed by St. Paul College Pasig, who's going up against Domoshola International School. Now, for our Division 1 semis cast, we have the National University Nazareth School Lady Bullpups versus the Emilio Aguinaldo College Lady Brigaders. And of course, to end today's semis matches, the Bacolod Taitong High School is going to battle it out with the La Salle Lipa. Now, of course, for those who aren't watching or aren't here at our venue today, be sure to catch the 2025 Shakey's GVIL live and free at pusop.com. Your game, your community. Join now. We are also live at Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas, and you can also watch us on Shakey's Super League Facebook page on TV and at Solar Sports. Again, today's matches promises non-stop volleyball excitement as our rising stars battle it out for a spot in the finals. So stay with us for all the action as this quick set is powered by Smart 5G.
Doon ba kami?
In support of our valuable fans, just add excitement to our semifinals matches here in La Salle Green Hills. And right now, we're seeing both squads going against each other. Immaculate Conception Academy in Green Hills going against Everest International Academy. Good morning to all of our valuable fans watching live and also in our social media pages. You will be witnessing the first match for our semifinals matches in Division 2. My name is Jong Panerio, and of course, here with me is Richie Cordero delivering goods for you in our first semifinals match this morning. And Richie, right now, from 30 teams, we are now down to 8 teams combined both pools. And I must say that for the first match in our Division 2, Richie, you know what? They have a very good volleyball support and program in their schools. Reason for them to have a victory and successful debut here in Shakey's.
You know, it's a very thrilling match that we have here, especially because these are two of our more dominant teams when it comes to their performances and their wins. So we'll see more volleyball action later on.
Definitely. And meanwhile, let's take a look on the bracket that just happened this week here in Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational. You see both squads faces strong opponents during their quarterfinals. At ito ngang Immaculate Conception, they face against Miriam College during the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, ito namang Everest faces Assumption in Antipolo. In both squads actually delivered and showed good performance, and we hope, Richie, that they're actually carrying this momentum and this kind of performance here in this final in the knockout semifinals here in Green Hills. And meanwhile, let's talk about first yung resulta at yung naging laro dito ng Immaculate Conception in their quarterfinals matches going against Miriam College. It was a very good outcome, and they've shown mastery in the quarterfinals against Miriam College.
You know, it was a straight set match, but really just dominating in the attack points. We had 22 attack points for ICA, while Miriam only had 9, and a number of service aces at 7 for ICA and only 5 for Miriam. That really bagged that win for them.
Definitely, for sure. A lot of improvement happened in the journey of Immaculate Conception here in Shakey's. Meanwhile, tignan man natin yung naging laruan dito ng Everest International School in their quarterfinals match against Assumption Antipolo. And Richie just expected itong Everest delivering good, especially on their service aces.
You know, it was a closer match, so we had a lot of crucial moments in that game, but Everest Academy really defeated Assumption Antipolo, especially with their 21 attack points, while Assumption Antipolo only had 12. And of course, we have to highlight the service aces that they were able to commit in that game. They had 15 service aces, while Assumption only had 8.
Definitely, and for sure itong Everest will going to use this strength in their semifinals match here against Immaculate Conception. But meanwhile, let's take a look let's take a look on the players who actually delivered goods in the quarterfinals. Our Players in Focus is presented by pusup.com. Join now for free. And meanwhile, pinag-uusapan natin dito, Richie, yung mga service aces na naitala dito ng Everest. At no other than, comes to mind, of course, Julia Rodriguez delivering goods and puntos dito sa service line.
Out of 15 service aces, this amazing girl had 6 at her name. And she also had 9 attacks, which really led the team when it comes to their attacking points and to really pull away from their opponent when it was crucial.
Definitely, and what's good about here for Everest is that they can actually score from everywhere, from the attacking perspective to the service deck, from blocking, and of course, itong ICA, they're all champions reaching their own respective way. And let's see, and for sure, both teams must have been really preparing coming into our semifinals. So let's see who will come out victorious here in our league.
Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
Shakey's fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. Shakey's got it going on, we still bring the fun.
With decades of great pizza, chicken, and mojos.
Shakey's fun goes on and on.
From era to era to era. The fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
The fun goes on at Shakey's.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
The fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. To the break of dawn, fun is never done. Shakey's fun goes on and on. Hero to hero, what a ride. With each new decade, a fun new side. Still serving smiles on every plate. 50 great years, let's celebrate. Shakey's fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. Shakey's got it going on, we still bring the fun.
With decades of great pizza, chicken, and mojos.
Shakey's fun goes on and on.
From era to era to era. The fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
The fun goes on at Shakey's.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
The fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. To the break of dawn, fun is never done. Shakey's fun goes on and on. Hero to hero, what a ride. With each new decade, a fun new side. Still serving smiles on every plate. 50 great years, let's celebrate. Shakey's fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. Shakey's got it going on, we still bring the fun.
With decades of great pizza, chicken, and mojos.
Shakey's fun goes on and on.
From era to era to era, the fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
The fun goes on at Shakey's.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
The fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. To the break of dawn, fun is never done. Shakey's fun goes on and on. Hero to hero, what a ride. With each new decade, a fun new side. Still serving smiles on every plate. 50 great years, let's celebrate. Shakey's fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. Shakey's got it going on, we still bring the fun.
With decades of great pizza, chicken, and mojos.
Shakey's fun goes on and on.
From era to era to era, the fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
The fun goes on at Shakey's.
Jania Legaspi. The coach for ICA is Mayet Carolino. Now let's meet the starters for Everest International Academy. Led by team captain setter number 2, Rian Nang. Outside hitter number 6, Julia Rodriguez. Middle blocker number 11, Stella Santos. Another middle blocker number 12, Maxine Go. Opposite hitter number 16, Sachi Alcantara. Outside hitter number 18, Andrea Diaz. And their starting libero is number 5, Solana Cancho. The coach for Everest International Academy is Giselle Tan.
And this is the first match for our semifinals matches here this Friday. Immaculate Conception Academy going against Everest International School. And Richie, what a way for you to celebrate your debut here in Shakey's, but to enter the semifinals and get a chance to clinch the final spot tomorrow.
You know, it's really a blessing because they've had so many games where they really collected those experiences and learnings where they can really apply it here in our semifinals match.
Definitely, and also not only the chance to, again, to get that elusive spot in the finals, but this will be added to their experience as a young players, as we can see on our screen. Of course, Julia Rodriguez going against here, Immaculate Conception Academy. You know, I'm really excited because in the past games dito ng Everest, Richie, I mean, they've been scoring on their services in double figures. And meanwhile, dito naman for Immaculate Conception, very diverse yung mga puntos nila. But this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now.
Starting this game with a service error in favor of Everest now.
And this time, this will be deadly. Look at now for Everest. This will be Julia Rodriguez. Everybody serving here for Everest. Let's see how many service aces can Julia Rodriguez tally here in the semifinals match as we continue to serve here against ICA. Ace score here for Immaculate Conception.
That's Andy Chai, who started off our attack points for ICA. Quick activation for their main man.
Exactly. And yun yung nga maging factor dito here for ICA. Richie is that very diverse and kalat yung puntusan nila dito over Everest. But let's see how Everest adjusts, especially on their offense. Quick point there.
That's a goal for Everest, who just had that tip and placed that ball with a little bit of power, but lands right in the middle of two of our defenders for ICA.
And it is so nice to see that they're actually having kind of play sa gitna. I mean, really a lot of improvement in the previous days. Service ace number 1 here for Everest. And this serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey's Order, your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's Now.
Now it's not new to us that services really has become one of the strong points for Everest, so they may need to establish that right away to get that momentum coming from ICA.
But let's see how will be the service reception naman dito ng ICA to neutralize those strong serves dito ng Everest.
No one present there for the second ball. Point will be awarded to ICA.
And if you're going to notice here, Richie, I mean, if you're going to compare din yung mga previous matches ng dalawang kumpunan na to, right now they are smiling. I mean, being in the semifinals, even in the quarterfinals, is already an achievement for these young girls. And I really love to see them smiles, playing so comfortable here in Shakey's.
Oh, it's very important to have that light energy, especially when you come in very crucial games. Now that it is a knockoff on the semifinals, so whoever will win will advance to the finals. You don't want the pressure to really come to you and take over your emotions.
And for sure, one team will make history as on their debut. Finals agad. For sure, the team who wants it badly will get that spot. This is still playable. This will be a free ball here for Immaculate Conception. What will be the play?
Andy
Adjusting.
for another. You know, both of our teams are actually led by their setters as their captains. So it's very important that those setters will also be the most vocal and to quickly activate each one.
And we saw some quick activation dito for Everest sa gitna. But meanwhile here, ICA, that will be a good first ball coming from Rodriguez this time. Reverse set. Back to open. That this will be an easy one for Everest. Let's see if they can convert. Sa gitna ulit. The opportunity again here for Everest International. Julia Rodriguez, this is something new, hitting from the pipe.
A bit cold there. Julia Rodriguez will hit that ball out.
But you see that both squads, especially for Everest, ang daming bago. I mean, a lot of sets sa gitna. Julia Rodriguez hitting from the pipe. So I think they must have been really preparing coming here to the semifinals.
You know, for ICA, we've been seeing a lot of Andy Chai. Oh, but first a service ace. That is in favor of ICA for Macapagal.
Let's take a look one more time. And ICA giving Everest a taste of their own medicine. Up by 3, serving here Macapagal. This will be another pipe one to Julia Rodriguez. Still unsuccessful sa likod.
Chance ball here for Everest.
Easy pick up there for Immaculate. This will be not over for Perez.
Now, what I noticed with Everest is most often than not, they will try to activate their wing spikers. So for this game, because Everest has been trying to activate their middle blockers, they may need to match that same energy.
And of course, speaking about energy, Richie, how about the energy and the hype and the buzz that these girls actually brought in social media pages? A lot of fans anticipating yung mga laro natin, and I must say this is one of the most participative GVIL to date so far. But right now, this will be another chance here for Everest. Reverse set one more time.
Everest doing a good job activating all their spikers. But Andy Chai will get that attack. Now, a while ago, you saw her aiming cross-court, and now she aimed for a down-the-line hit, which became successful because the players of Everest actually was unable to get that ball.
Immaculate Conception once again. Another ace here.
amazing service ace from Andy Chai. Really building up her points here
Yeah.
from services and her attacks.
And as we can see, I mean, loaded yung mga services dito ng Ika. And this will call for a timeout.
Hindi ang data. Nice!
Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
You're still watching the 2025 Shakey's GVIL Rising Stars Cup. Now, coming into the Shakey's GVIL, head coach Giselle Tan shared with me that her main goal for the team was simply to make it to the quarterfinals, and anything beyond that would already be a bonus. But now that they've earned a spot here in the semifinals, the entire team is beyond grateful for how far they've come. Of course, there is natural pressure at this stage, but coach reminds her girls of one thing. She said, and I quote, "To not give up, work hard for whatever it is you want, and the rest will follow." That is the mindset that's kept them grounded and fighting every step of the way. Jong and Richie?
You know, I love the confidence that Coach Giselle Tan really has on her girls. And I think it's that type of energy you want from your coach that really inspires you to move properly and really stay composed because your coach believes in you and really doesn't put pressure but just gentle reminders on being yourself and giving it your all while still working hard.
Exactly the point. And I think as a coach, we owe to our players as well to believe in themselves. And I think Coach Giselle Tan here, really in the position, she's a decorated libero and setter way back in Ateneo. And for sure, she has a lot of things na pwede may turo dito sa Everest. But meanwhile, yung malaki na kalamangan dito ng Immaculate denied by the blockers. It is still playable. Way improvement sa laruan ng dalawang kupunan na to. This will be another chance here for Immaculate.
Better first ball from Immaculate. And that will sail out for Andy Chai. An attack error. Her first one, actually.
Yeah. And I think both squads trying to score from the pipeline. But I think in those attempts, it resulted into error.
We need the service aces to come out from Everest if they want to, if they don't want ICA to gain momentum.
But meanwhile here, Immaculate Conception, a couple of errors. And with the match this close to Richie, you cannot really afford like to give away 3 points to your opponent. Alcantara still here serving for Everest.
A heavier serve there for Everest.
This will be an easy one. Easy pass here. Another easy pass again also for Immaculate. Pumunta sa open. Easy point.
You know, a while ago, there has been a bit of errors coming from the attack line. So it's good for Ong to actually variate her attacks and drop that right behind the blocker's hands.
And we see some valuable smarts here for Immaculate Conception. Libero, shaky reception for Everest. And this will be another opportunity dito for Immaculate Conception. Adjusting. This will be an error for Ika. Santos for Everest. Let's see if she can start yung pagpapile ng aces dito here for Everest. That is for the past games dito ng Everest. That has been their bread and butter. And just like that, on cue, the second ace here for Everest.
Easy point for Everest, gaining that from another service ace. That is, credit Santos for that service ace. Substitution for Ika, so who will come in.
Santos here taking her time, taking her breath to aim for another ace here for Everest. Let's see if she can still register an ace. Getting ready here.
Good serve.
Yeah, but good pass here for Immaculate. Good pickup. Pupuntahan dito, Julia Rodriguez!
Oh, first attack point for Julia Rodriguez. You know, she's one of the main women for Everest Academy, and with 2 blockers in front of her, she was successful to get that cross-court hit.
And of course, Julia Rodriguez dito, Richie, still being the Huskies' top scorer. So let's see if she and her team can prevail and claim the first spot here for our finals tomorrow.
Andy Chai from the pipeline.
Oh,
Overset there for Nang, our setter of Everest.
but still Nang here with all smiles. Well, I think the 5 or 4-point lead here for Ika vanish here. At isa na lang hinahabol dito ng Everest School. Meanwhile, I mean, Ika, one of the advantages I must see here for Ika is that they have a very intact team. This is the same lineup, I guess, when they won the championships during the under-14 off-season tournament prior to Shakey's. But that will be in.
Another point for Andy Chai. So when you want to pull away, you kind of want to go to your percentage players. That's why that ball will land right on the line for her.
Good point. And Chai. Serving here. Taking good serve. But good pickup here for Everest.
Good setup.
Wow.
Nice angle for Julia Rodriguez.
And that smart powered up play was brought to you by Smart's Power All 9-9 load now. Richie, I mean, these girls have actually grown right before our own very eyes. In the past 7 days, we have not seen those clutch shots coming from Julia Rodriguez. But right now, what an improvement dito for Julia Rodriguez.
But also a lucky point there for Ika. No one to man that ball for Everest with a good serve actually from Julia Rodriguez. Miscommunication there. We didn't know who was going to get that ball.
That has been an instant regalo na sana dito ng Ika to Everest. But giving back the favor.
Team captain Nang now to serve for Everest.
And
So
now,
setter at the back, 3 spikers in front.
more options dito.
Yeah, 3 spikers in front, but we have Julia Rodriguez at the back, and we know that she's capable of hitting those strong pipeline attacks as well.
Even the services dito ng Everest, I mean, more muscle, more loaded here in the semifinals. Who will be the option adjusting here? Nang Julia Rodriguez pa rin binalikan dito sa likod. That will be an easy over. Nang wants to play. This will be an opportunity now for Everest. Adjusting there in the reverse set. This is a long rally here, everybody, in the semifinals. Diaz. Wow.
Longest rally so far. Tip of the ball. Oh, smart play.
Let's see who wants it badly. What a coverage here for Everest.
Cross-court hits of Andy Chai not being able.
Wow. Still in play, Julia Rodriguez. That's outside. And Richie, we see some attempts. Of course, you have to admire the intention in the attempt of those players, not only Julia Rodriguez, but we've seen several players actually trying to hit from the pipe. Unfortunately, those pipe attacks resulted into an error. I think they're still trying to find the rhythm on the back line.
That's true. It's harder to calculate your direction for the ball, especially when it comes from the back row.
Back-to-back errors here.
Makapagal now serving for Ika.
Ika, who've just recently got another championship from an off-season. Same here for Everest. This will be another point.
Unfortunate error for Everest because that was such a good first ball and a setup, but no one was able to approach for that spike.
And I think right now, they really need to work out their
Communications.
Exactly. That has already been like 3 errors consecutive. They need to do something to minimize their errors. Pumunta dito, differential is good.
Right behind the blocker's hands and in between all of the defenders for ICA, that ball will land right in the middle.
See the donut hole here. Go here for Everest.
Yeah, we're still missing those strong serves that
Yeah.
are usually seen in the games of Everest.
This time 1-2 play. Everest now will take advantage. Still, pumunta pa rin dito on the pipe. Reverse set. Reverse set. Easily pick up there.
Good set.
Wow.
What seems to be working for Everest is to really just look at where ICA's defenders are and just place it in the middle of the defenders rather. So ICA might need to move a bit more, show more energy and intention when they get that first ball.
And I like how Everest is trying to read the defense pattern first of Ika before trying to actually go for an attack. Meanwhile, service error here for Everest. At yung hinahanap natin dito, Richie, na magiging bread and butter talaga ng Everest, which is their service aces, hindi pa lumalabas at this point.
You know, those service aces, or at least the stronger serves, will help them get those free balls also coming from their opponents, which they can translate into those plays that we are looking for in today's game.
Another chance here. Julio Rodriguez sa gitna is still not able to convert. Denied, and it's good.
Activation in the middle side of the court.
The first block point of the match.
That is Santos. Oh, you see how she came from all the way to the other side of the court and ran to block that, actually with a single block.
Single block. Good read. And on your screen, Diaz taking her time. Of course, Everest is also champion in their own respective leagues.
So Battle of the Champions.
Yes, Battle of the Champions, I must say.
Very close first set here we're having.
And of course, we have here supporting Everest International School is Josh Aquino. And of course, daughter of Chris Aquino here, present in this match. This time, Julia Rodriguez, Diaz, this will be an easy one. Sa gitna. No good. Pipe attack again to Diaz. Easy one. Julia Rodriguez. Not yet. Reverse set here for Immaculate. Julia Rodriguez setting this up.
Mistimed on that approach to spike that ball.
And at this point, well, the 3-point lead is still very manageable. Again, here for Everest, they really need to trim down their errors and give 3 points dito to Immaculate Conception because this is a do or die, Richie. Whoever wins this match will surely get a spot in the gold medal match tomorrow. Oh, I think that is outside, but yes.
No, better to be sure.
Yeah.
Oh, right in the middle. Not the strongest of hits. I think it was actually a mistake. She was laughing at that point. That's Ong of Ika.
Timeout here for Everest.
Muna tayo, okay? One good receive, one good set, one offense. Let's do the side out. Guys, we don't need power. We need to outsmart them. Here, here. Fake tips. Zone 1, 0. Guys, you need to work hard for it. 20th mark. Let's go, let's go. It's not over yet till it's over, okay? Push yourselves, guys. Come on. Clean volleyball, clean volleyball. Come on. Go, guys.
And that huddle was powered by Smart 5G.
So again, just Inspiring words from Coach Giselle Tan, and actually direct instructions to just clean volleyball instead of those power hits. She is advising her girls to really just stick to what's working, and that's
Yeah.
the drop balls, the placement shots. So we'll see how the girls will translate that now from coming from a timeout.
But it's up to the girls right now to translate and again, to translate that into points because sabi ko nga dito, several errors na yung commit dito ng Everest. As Nang setting this up to Rodriguez.
It's an advantage that she's also in front.
But actually here for Everest, they have the benefit of learning to two UAAP, I must say, stars, which is Ayel and Giselle.
Now this time, Santos will have an attack point.
And that's how you want to respond after a timeout.
And that's what Coach Giselle Tan was actually instructing her girls to just do those smart plays.
This will be an easy ball after that shaky reception, resulting for a point here for Everest. Alcantara serving here for Everest. Fault reception dito. But another chance here ng pupunta ulit sa gitna. And again, converted a point here for Everest.
You know what they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So those placement shots really have been the most effective for Everest.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Come back here from Everest International Academy after that timeout coming from Coach Giselle Tan. And Richie, you see the commitment talaga dito ni Coach Giselle. I mean, she's been standing here on the side all throughout the match.
You know, I think that's what you need also from players, to have that trust and confidence from your coach, especially just from the sidelines where you can hear. Sometimes it gives you comfort to have your coach there to guide you.
And as we listen into the timeout, I mean, no technicalities yung binibigay dito ni Coach Giselle Tan. You know, just a simple reminder that you need to want it badly. And right now, these girls from the Everest, I mean, translating that just like that, 4 consecutive points here for Everest.
No, a while ago, we were seeing Julia Rodriguez really giving it her all when it comes to attacking and spiking that ball. But this time, just varying her attack, especially because she had 2 blockers in front of her.
Well, let's see if Everest if they can keep the score going here. Alcantara. Good serve. This will be an attack from the pipe.
And try effective in the front line and in the back line. Maaasahan mo talaga itong babaeng to. She really is one of our rising stars here in the Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League.
And I must say, after those several attempts sa pipe, I think that is the first one that converted into a point,
Yes.
courtesy of Chai.
Santos 2-band block. Rodriguez will set that up. Great placement shots coming from Santos of Everest. That's her 3rd point from the middle, and actually just dropping it, placing them where it's supposed to be.
And this is what I'm talking about here for Everest. Yeah, more than power. I really admire how they actually first check and see the defense pattern dito ng kabila before doing any attack. Error here. This is really crucial. I mean, we're already on the tail end of this match. We're deadlocked here at 21.
Error there for Ika. That's Ong who committed that one.
But I think what a timely chance here for Everest as Julie Rodriguez will be serving. Well, let's see if the service aces na hinahanap natin will come out here in the tail end of set 1.
Good first ball. Oh, but this one, Andy Chai is now also in front for Ika.
This is still playable.
Good first ball for Everest.
Wow!
Timeout will be called by Coach Yet.
Hindi aabot ang tita. Nice!
Don't worry. The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
And Everest now just 2 more points to secure this first set contra Ika. And what a run actually here for Everest as Julia Rodriguez. I must say this season's most formidable server for Division 2 here at the back. Serving for Everest 23-21.
Good attempt by Rodriguez, but Tan was able to find that spot right in the middle of the defensive line.
And Tan,
One to play there.
the 1-2 play. Di na nagantay ng set. This could still be anybody's game. Sa gitna muli. Another opportunity dito for Everest. Let's see if they can finally go into set point. Yes, they did!
Diaz just having that luck with the help of the net. Everest will now be in set point.
Down by as much as 5 points. Everest, who have thought, will first get the set point dito contra Ika. Good first ball. They need to convert. But dug there from Everest. Rodriguez sa likod. Tan. Easily pick up here for Everest. Sa gitna din nila, opportunity to convert here for Immaculate. Yes, they did!
Yeah, Andy Chai is one of the girls that you will look for during the crucial parts of the game, and that's exactly what happened in this sequence. Set from the back, and she was able to adjust and aim for that zone 1 spot.
Immaculate Conception, just 1 more point to extend this first set.
Good first ball.
Opportunity now here. Missed receive by Tan.
Oh, a chance for Everest to close the set.
Can they close this out? Let's see. Diaz! No!
And that will lead us to an extended set.
Well, this is indeed a semifinals. And who have thought, well, I do really expect that this will be an extended one. 24-24.
Macapagal had a service ace a while ago, so we'll see if she can convert that and help her team with getting a free ball.
Nang ginawa ng paraan. Can Ika go into match point? Yes!
Andy Chai will remain victorious in getting those easy points from the open side of the court. Now, single block, it's very crucial that you double block a player such as Andy Chai, who has been victorious when it comes to attacking.
Exactly. And here for Everest, you don't want to waste the effort, the run that you did. But this time here, pupuntan yung gitna. Yes!
Right in the middle. That is successful for Go, our middle spiker for Everest.
And I think that has been one of the successful, or if not, is the most successful plays here
Yes.
for Everest. Every time na itong sinang pumupunta sa gitna, it more likely than not, nagko-convert ito into point.
You know, it's not the strongest of hits, but it's really those placement shots that have
Yeah.
been really working for the girls in white. Oh, they're both in white. For the girls in
Yeah.
Everest.
This time, wow! What can you say about Chai's performance today, Richie?
Oh, she has been excellent when it comes to really providing those crucial moments for her team.
She's here at the back, serving. Opportunity now here for Ika.
As set will continue with that error. I believe that was a double contact violation called by our first referee.
You know, the timing of errors in a game really matters, especially here that tied dito at 26. An ace! What a timely ace here for Everest!
Beautiful serve there coming from Diaz.
All pressures here for Diaz. Let's see if she can deliver another ace here for Everest. Oh!
Balikan ang puntos dito ngayon with Everest and Ika really just trying to get 1 point at a time. We see our girls very composed with their energy. They don't seem na they had a lot
Yeah.
of pressure, and I guess that's also the grit that both of our teams have.
And what I like about this match right now for our opening semifinals match is that both teams really want it badly, Richie. And let's see, wow! Ika now on set point.
That was a wonderful attack coming from Ong from cross court. It lands right in zone 5. Oh, zone 6 rather.
How about that? You see some muscle and loaded attacks here right now for both squads. And this is the kind of semifinals match that I really want. Every team really committing to giving their all. As ng Julia Rodriguez naman!
Sagutan na ng palo. A while ago, we were seeing drop balls, placement shots, but this time, so much power and intention with the
Yeah.
girls for that zone 1 attack.
Exactly the term, intention. And right now, these players, Richie, are so intentional. And every time na umatake sila dito. And let's see now, Ika, this will be an easy over opportunity now ng poporsyento dito. Julia Rodriguez ginawa ng paraan. Tan sa likod.
That will hit the line for Andy Chai. 1 more point for Ika.
And Chai still becoming an option here despite being a back row player. Serving here for match point. Rodriguez receiving that one and attacking that one. Ika now. Tan.
Rodriguez once again.
Chai sa likod.
It's just a
Wow.
battle of Rodriguez and
Yeah.
Chai. The only difference is Chai is coming from the back row.
Wow, how about...
Just challenging
Wow!
Everest, but that will remain successful. This match has been so intense for both of our girls, but credits to them that they've remained so composed and collected when it comes to them playing and delivering those attacks that we have
Yeah.
been looking for in today's match.
Richie, I do not mind if we'll go as far as 50 with the quality of volleyball action that we see here right now for Ika and Everest. It's really worth the hype watching these young girls playing here in Shakey's. Everybody really so intentional here on their attacks. Rodriguez one more time.
But she's blocked this time.
Rodriguez again.
Andy
Time.
Chai.
Yeah. Wow. Diaz
really fighting for that ball. An advantage, and Everest will get that with a power tip. Good presence of mind for our middle blocker there.
And you see the fans of Everest here really standing and cheering for their school. Santos. Match point for Everest. Good serve. Tanaw. Chay sa likod. Rodriguez one more time. Richie mukhang mabahaba pa to. But Chay. Oh! Smart play coming from their team captain.
A celebration now for Everest as that ball will lead them to get this first set win.
Let's take a look one more time. Their team captain, the cerebral assassin of Everest.
A beautiful ending to our long extended set.
But of course, kudos as well for ICA. Again, 31-29. Everest getting the first set.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
The fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. To the break of dawn, fun is never done. Shakey's fun goes on and on. Hero to hero, what a ride. With each new decade, a fun new side. Still serving smiles on every plate. 50 great years, let's celebrate. Shakey's fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. Shakey's got it going on, we still bring the fun.
With decades of great pizza, chicken, and mojos.
Shakey's fun goes on and on.
From era to era to era. The fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
The fun goes on at Shakey's.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Extended set here for our first set. But Everest prevailing this one 31-29. And what a way to open up our semifinals match in this extended set, courtesy of Everest and Immaculate Conception. But let's take a look now, Region, what happened during the set one. Actually, a lot happened during set one, but as far as I can remember, it is a battle of Chay and Rodriguez, puntos magkabilaan.
But of course, we also had the presence of Ong and Santos for from the middle side of the court. You know, both teams were really head-to-head when it came to their skill level, but really it was who played smarter with their variation of attacks and who really manned that defense and had that killer instinct at the end. And of course, we have to mention Nang of Everest, who actually ended that set with a drop ball.
And you know, when everything seems pretty equal talaga for both squads, it is the team who can outsmart the opponent will surely have an advantage on winning that game. But as we can see here, Richie on our stats, very identical yung naging atake natin dito, even the errors of the squads.
Yeah, we had 16 attacks for each of our squads, 1 block for Everest, 3 service aces for Everest, while 2 for ICA, and then 11 opponent errors for each of them.
But meanwhile, let's hear some stories here. Let's listen into Diana.
Jong and Richie, Coach Yet Carolino of Immaculate Conception Academy shared that as one of the newer teams in the Shakey's GVIL, it was actually Coach Edwin of St. Paul College who served as the bridge for them to get invited to compete. Now that they've made it all the way to the semifinals, Coach says the biggest thing they've gained from this experience is heart. From day one up to this moment, she's seen massive improvement, not just in skill, but in attitude, character, and the mental toughness it takes to push through each match, which for her, I think that growth means more than just winning games. Jong and Richie?
And I think that's the beauty of joining our Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League Rising Stars Cup, because you really get exposed to those kinds of experiences that will lead you to those improvements.
Certainly, and this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojos now.
But first, a service ace coming from Julia Rodriguez.
And Richie, we've talked about, here Everest having the support of some UAP greats like Ayel Estranero and Giselle Tan. But how about naman itong Ika, Richie? Well, they have the support of legends like Mayet Carolino. And I see former national team. They have the liberty and the privilege of learning firsthand from these legends.
It truly is a very great privilege for these girls to have that kind of exposure,
Yeah.
from to have different programs all around the Philippines, from Philippine Army to different
Yeah.
college coaches, very formidable, even players that our coaches have experience, and that has been being passed down to their girls today.
This time Everest.
Good first ball for Everest, activating their middle blockers. This time the opposite side for Ika.
Everest now, Ika.
Everest doing a good job continuing that momentum they had in the first set. So I'm sure that that gave them so much confidence, and of course a little bit of comfort when it comes to playing with pressure. They're enjoying the game, celebrating each point, and now that both of our teams have really warmed up,
Yeah.
it's better to see more energy coming from them and more intention in really guarding their responsibilities in the court when it comes to floor defense.
Indeed, Richie. So we're expecting a much better second set, not only here for Everest, but of course for Ika, since they've already warmed up during the first set. But I'm really wondering here, Richie, how it feels to be coached not only by Mayat Carolino, but you have Mary Jean Balansi Pabayo as well as part of the coaching staff. What an opportunity here for these girls learning from these greats.
Yeah, I guess it also gets a lot of inspiration
Yeah.
coming from their coaches. That's why they can perform such great volleyball, just like that hit from Andy Chai we saw in the previous sequence.
On your screen, of course, former national team member Mayat Carolino. And I think they are the team when Philippines last placed in the podium in the SEA Games, I think in 2005.
Free ball for Everest.
This time, opportunity here for Ika. Chai one more time, through the block.
Andy Chai isn't giving up when it comes to the power in her attacks. It remains consistently strong. Set from all the way across the other side of the court, and she remains to be very confident in herself.
And I think that is something good about Chai here. She's really very consistent. She's a leader inside the court, really very vocal. 1-2 play, coverage there from Chai, but no one picked that up. Confusion and lack of communication here for Ika. Still continues here in the second set. As to go, will do the favor of serving here for Everest. Good pick up. Andy Chai.
That will not be awarded to Ika. Lifting violation for called upon them.
And Chai, actually, I'm trying to give some instruction to her setter na masyadong mababa daw yung set. But she's everywhere, Richie, from the back, from even reverse set to open set. Even sa gitna, Chai is everywhere here for Ika.
Another service ace for Everest. Really bank on those easy points for their squad. Trying to pull away and score, especially because the first set was a really close match. As much as possible, you really want to get that advantage and momentum to be gained.
Well, that first set, I must say that could still be anybody's game. It's really very close. And for sure, both actually have a momentum. That is outside, no check is called.
Andy Chai just affirming her teammates to really stay calmer and take responsibility of their actions, especially manning that defense.
And Coach Mayet Carolino here very vocal on the side because, I mean, they're helping Everest here. Everest can actually point from the service line, but here comes Everest. I mean, Ika also helping Everest here through their errors.
Good first ball for Ika.
But good pickup here from Ong Makapagal now. This will be an easy one.
Cross court for Rodriguez.
This time. More muscle attack here for Everest.
And that is Diaz for an attack, an out-of-system play actually, and she was still able to adjust to an underhand set.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
We're back here and Everest lamang dito ng 5 as Chai to be the lone bright spot here for Ika. Meanwhile, Go serving here for Everest. That will be ace number 5 here for Everest.
A beautiful use of their advantage of just having that strongly skilled players when it comes to serving. As much as possible, papahirapan mo yung first ball ng kalaban mo.
You may not score an ace, but the mere fact na ma-shake mo yung service reception ng kabila and mabigay sa yung bola na madali, I mean, that is already an advantage on your part, just like that!
2 straight consecutive service aces coming from Everest.
And this time, Everest looking really sharp here. As Coach Mayet Carolino, I think, still looking on her bench kung sino pwedeng substitute. Not yet, says Coach Mayet Carolino, but here comes Go. Serving again here for Everest. Better pick up this time. Sa gitna!
Breaking the momentum that Everest was really strongly built. Andy Chai will perform excellently for that middle attack. A while ago, open. Kanina, opposite from the back. And this time, middle. Really doing it all for her squad.
And talking about versatility, I mean, Andy Chai has it all. But unfortunately, you know, volleyball is a team sport. She needs other teammates here, I mean, to help her on scoring. Diaz here at the back, which means their main gunner, Julia Rodriguez, is here in front. That will be outside here for Ika.
2 consecutive errors for Ika.
And right now, you know, I'm wondering what's, you know, in the heads of these girls. I mean, for Ika, because errors have been piling up, and you know, in volleyball, they're a really great athlete, but let's admit it, they're still young. So it's really so hard, you know, to be on your feet in this kind of pressure right now.
No, this will be a test of character for Andy Chai. 2 consecutive errors, and now misreceived coming from a serve. And to think that she was that she's their main woman or the percentage player, they may need to activate more players other than her. Kasi minsan napapagod din si Andy, especially because the first set sa kanya lahat bigay ng bola.
And as you can see, Andy Chai here has been the target on their services, but good break on finally stopping the bleeding here, courtesy of Makapagal. Very simple, but much needed timeout here for Ika. Sitin. Easy over dito for Ika. They need to convert. They need to turn that into a point. Good anticipation. Alpha Ong. Back-to-back point. 2 straight points here for Ika. Sitin serving for Ika.
Good serve for Ika.
Good serve, I must say. And
Okay.
this is what I'm talking about, Richie. Hindi mo naman service ace, but the mere fact that you shape the reception.
Mahirapan, yes.
Diba? I mean, that will be an opportunity for you. Julia Rodriguez adjusting. This will-
Rodriguez just aiming for zone 1, but this time another person will be activated and that will remain successful. That is Santos, who actually played a crucial role in the first set, having a lot of drop balls and placement shots. And that's exactly what she's doing in the second set.
And good thing here for Everest because Julia Rodriguez has someone na nakakatulong sa scoring. I mean, that is Santos, minsan si Diaz.
Well, of course, here in Ika also, we have Ong, who had a couple of points also that really helped Andy Chai bring that team up.
But the ball keeps rolling here on the side of Everest. Asuhu. Good serve. Chai muli dito sa likod. But still, fail to convert here for Ika.
Yeah, Everest just taking advantage of the errors that have been committed here on the side of Ika.
Well,
Better
just-
first ball
yeah.
though.
Adjusting there, not over.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
And we're back here as Ika needs to resolve a lot of problems here because this is already a double-figure lead for Everest. And this is not what you're expecting coming from a very close first set, Richie. But here comes Everest, really looking very sharp. That's gonna be, that is ace number 6 here for Everest. And substitution here for Coach Mayet Carolino's team. But it will not be allowed by our second referee. I think it's being too late. Which means Sohu continues to serve here for Everest. At yung aces, yung services na hinahanap natin here for Everest, which be just like that. Let's see now. It's still playable. Lumalabas yung hinahanap natin, no? Yung bigat na aces. Julia Rodriguez.
Variating her attacks a while ago, zone 1 this time. Cross-court attacks will be successful for Julia Rodriguez.
And Coach Mayet Carolino, I think pagpapahingahin si Chai dito.
I believe so too. I think she's going to rest to prepare her for the third set. But it's also a good strategy for her girls to really look for that spark plug, that person who will step up now that Andy Chai is outside. And Ong will try, but that will be another error for Ika, awarding that point to Everest.
But here, well, in all fairness, Richie dito sa Ika, I mean, they can actually pass. They can receive. It's not just, I mean, it's a matter of converting those sets into a point. Lucky break here for Ika. But also a substitution here for Everest. I mean, if you're Everest, of course you have so much luxury of putting in your bench players, having them experience playing because this is already a privilege having this 13-point lead.
You know, it's also different for some of the players that come from the bench, that craving
Yeah.
of playing inside the court.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's them who really steps up when it's needed.
Oh. And I think they have this different perspective as someone
Yes.
watching what's going on inside the court compared to someone who is inside the court.
Yes, they have observations from outside the court, seeing how the fluidity of the team is
Yeah.
when it comes to their first ball setting and even the execution of plays, that they can be vocal inside the court and make those adjustments once they come in.
Certainly. Well, let's see if they can translate those observations.
But Everest will remain successful. I love how we're seeing different players step up for Everest.
Certainly. That Smart Powered Up play was brought to you by Smart's Powerall 99 Load Now. And of course, with the delight of Everest fans here in the gymnasium, their team is up by just 3 more points, Richie, to
This time-
secure.
Combination play coming from
Oh.
Ika.
Well, let's see one more time.
That is Ong from the middle side of the court, who is now serving for her squad.
Ika now. Well, this may be quite really hard for them to tie things up because ang Everest dito 22 na. But I mean, they really need to get this momentum even though hindi nila mahabol yung puntos na to, but they need to get that momentum to carry over in the third set.
Good intention, but an off angle for Chua of Ika for that attack.
23-8. 2 more points here for Everest.
Substitution for Ika, Esguerra in and Chua out.
And for sure, Andy Chai watching from the bench. For sure, she's gonna get a lot of observations and take away here in the second set. That will be a match point here for Everest.
Lucky break for Perez of Everest to get that ball. 2 blockers in front of her. That's why I think she put more power
Yeah.
in her attack. But it became an advantage because it was enough power to get that ball over even though it hit the tip of the net.
We see new faces, new players here for Everest. And in all fairness here for Coach Giselle Tan, really allowing a lot of players experience more than the pressure, but you know, the exposure in playing here in the semifinals. Julia Rodriguez now. That will be a much needed ace. Julia Rodriguez closing the set with an ace.
Beautiful ending to such a great performance of volleyball and activation for all of their squad. Different outcome here. We have 8-25 in the second set. That will wrap up.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Powerall 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
The fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. To the break of dawn, fun is never done. Shakey's fun goes on and on. Hero to hero, what a ride. With each new decade, a fun new side. Still serving smiles on every plate. 50 great years, let's celebrate. Shakey's fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. Shakey's got it going on, we still bring the fun.
With decades of great pizza, chicken, and mojos.
Shakey's fun goes on and on.
From era to era to era. The fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
The fun goes on at Shakey's.
future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
What a performance here for Everest, showing so much mastery compared here against Immaculate Conception, 25-8. And Richie here, Everest giving us their main gunner, of course, Julie Rodriguez with an service aces to close out set number 2.
And just to highlight the difference of the energy Everest showed us in this set was really just giving their all when it comes to services, and kinakargahan talaga nila yung service to get that free ball and convert it into plays such as these. So Julia Rodriguez was shown there. Of course, we also had Santos and the help of Go, Diaz, and Alcantara, and all orchestrated by their setter and captain, Nang.
In all fairness, Richie Tunang, I mean, she has been the silent operator dito. We've seen, of course, the highlights to Julie Rodriguez, but credit this one to a great playmaking ni Nang. But as we can see here, ang aces dito ng Everest, of
Yes.
course, we are expecting 9 great service aces.
But also the opponent errors, 22 for Ika.
And of course, we have here, shy type lang, pero we have here coach of UP, Coach Benson Bokbok here, present, watching this game. And this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery Order, your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojos now. Well, it is a must-win set for Ika if they really wanted to extend this match.
A much more confident hit there coming from Diaz from the pipe row, but she was still able to get a perfect angle to have that cut shot attack that will land on the first line of Ika.
Julie Rodriguez. Let's see. Well, she ended set number 2 with an ace. Let's see if she can start set number 3 with another ace. But this is a good pickup for Ika.
Good coverage for Everest.
And finally, after those attempts, Julia Rodriguez scoring her first point from the pipe.
With a smile as well, just hitting that, just hitting the tip of the net to help her get that point. She will still stay serving for her squad.
This is a 2.0. Her leading here.
Beautiful serve there,
Yeah.
but good first ball too. Andy Chai choosing a better angle for her attacks that will result to a free ball.
This time, pumunta sa gitna, but coverage was there.
Rodriguez doing a good job
Yeah.
setting every time Nang is the first ball as well. Usually you get the libero will be the one to set it if the setter gets the first ball, but this time we see Rodriguez, an open hitter,
Yeah.
being the one to set that ball, but she's more confident in it. Attack error there for Ika.
Well, it seems as if that here, Ika, I mean, they're playing really tight right now. I mean, after those lackluster, big lead happened in set number 2. Right now, it looks as if they're really so tight. And you cannot do that because this is a do-or-die situation. That will be inside finally here, Chai.
The Chai quickly activated in this third set. And that's what we've been looking for, even though it was an out-of-system play. She was still able to adjust to that wide set.
I know that the coaches, of course, is looking for Chai to score the first point here for Ika. But what I'm looking for here right now, Richie, is for other players to step up and to help Chai if they want to push and to extend this match into 5 sets.
Miss hit there by Chai, masyadong nanggigil. Oh, that sailed out. But she did try to aim for zone 1 where there were no people guarding that line.
And of course, the silent operator of Everest on deck to serve, Janine Nang. What a play, what a day here for Janine Nang on those kind of plays.
I believe she threw that ball a bit too low for her liking, resulting that into a service error.
High risk, high reward serve there coming from Janine Nang. And here for Ika, you cannot just let Everest na lumaking lead at this early part of the third set. You need to find somebody, you need to find a way to score a point as Julia Rodriguez. This will be an easy one. Nang, Oh, sinuwerte pa doon.
Double contact violation will be called upon Ika.
And as early as now, of course, you also need to minimize your errors because that has been one of the problems dito ng Ika, really helping Everest a lot on getting that second set.
Yes, Everest has been consistent when it comes to their performance and composure inside of the court. Good first ball there for Ika. 1-2 play.
This time, better coverage right now here for Everest. Julia Rodriguez, easy over. Tan, what will be the play? Outside hit, denied off the block point.
Single blocker for Andy Chai. Gave her so much confidence to just hit it onto the blocker's hand so that that will sail out.
And sometimes right now, if you can't or if you're having a hard time scoring a point, you have to outsmart your opponent. But Tito Andy Chai nasa likod, so who will be the main gunner for Everest?
No, but let's remember that Andy Chai spikes from everywhere on the
Oh
court.
yeah, I forgot. Andy Chai is everywhere, by the way. Let's see if Tan will go to Andy Chai. No, this time, pagpapahingahin niya, but that is way, way outside.
That point will be awarded to Everest. Another free point. So last set, Ika had 22 errors
Oh no, that's way too much.
and 11 for Everest.
That's really way too much. They need, well, it is a must for them to minimize that. This time, again, errors keeps on piling up here on the side of for Immaculate. But Diaz now at the back, which means their main gunner, which is Julia Rodriguez, will be deadly, will be an additional option dito
Yeah, we
for
have
Everest.
Rodriguez and Santos, two of
Oh,
their
yes.
leading scorers in front. So it's up to Nang on how she would want to orchestrate and really move them around, because we know that they are capable of doing combination plays, especially because we have a bit of taller blockers in front for Ika.
Oh yeah. Tall blockers for Ika, they just need to have a better pass and a better set. But this time, you're right, Richie. Andy Chai will still be an option dito kahit sa likod. Julia Rodriguez, how about that?
Here, her elevation is also very high, given that she's not the tallest of spikers. So she is able to adjust her approach as well
Yeah.
to become more explosive in that sense.
And Julia Rodriguez right now, I mean, she's playing all smile. She's killing with the smile. This time, Tan. Pupuntahan, go! Well, good intention!
Great, yes,
Oh,
great
sayang.
intention for Ong. And a bit of frustration as well, but that's really what will mold you as a
Oh,
player.
yeah.
Coming from those mistakes, you really want to learn from them and see what you can adjust,
Yeah.
see what you can change so that next time it will be successful.
Well, still a lot of promise in future for these girls. And surely, I mean, they will not go home as a defeated team here, Richie. They're gonna go home with a lot of takeaways. As Everest dito, Richie, lumalaki na naman ang alamangan, 11-3.
You know, talking about our interviews with both of our coaches, they really saw this as such a great opportunity for growth when it comes to their players and to really build that strength in their hearts, especially when they play in the crucial moments and being exposed to so many formidable and well-respected programs in Philippine volleyball.
And I think we're just living up with our battle cry, Richie. Of course, we advocate for the development of the sport in the grassroots level. And this time, you know, seeing these girls, I mean, who knows? I mean, one of these girls could become one of the superstars soon.
Exactly. We have so many players also coming from that. But then Julia Rodriguez just doing such a wonderful job in manning the offensive line for Everest Academy. But going back, we have so many players that really shined here in Shakey's
Oh, yeah.
that are now proving themselves and just shining in the collegiate level and even the pro levels as well.
Of course, to name some few, Richie, who can forget Efrain Nanituran, Ara Panique.
Bombita as well.
Yeah, Bombita.
And Retuerta of La Salle.
Oh, yeah.
So, very successful in their careers. But we also just want to share how much exposure you get from this league.
Yeah, definitely. And as we can see, we had a better showing here in this season, and I think this is the most successful girls invitational to date so far. I mean, a lot of teams participating, 30 big teams all over the Philippines.
Really the best of the
Yeah.
best now. And that's why we have Ika and Everest here playing with us. Rodriguez will aim for a drop ball right behind the blocker's hands. No, a while ago, nababantayan na siya ng Ika. Like double block pa nga, as you can see right here. But you know, a smart attacker won't just hit it hard, but she'll see and she'll observe the blockers and the defenders of the other side of the court.
Certainly, Richie. And if you're going to ask me what is my prototype outside hitter, I want an outside hitter who can kill and who can defend. As Coach Mayet Carolino asking for a timeout here.
2 straight points for Julia Rodriguez. This time, not a strong hit at all, but just really placing that ball.
Hindi aabot ang tita. Nice!
Don't worry. The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Watching the 2025 Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League Rising Stars Cup. Now, I got to speak with team captain Ria Nang of Everest earlier, and when I asked her about their experience so far in the Shakey's GVIL, she said it's honestly just been so much fun. This is the biggest league they've played in so far, and while the pressure is definitely there, she shared that they've learned to let go of that high expectations. Instead, they focus on staying composed and embracing the exposure, letting the moment settle them rather than shake them. Jong and Richie?
No, I love the reflection of our captain here in Everest. Of course, that's Nang, who just really plays with a happy heart, especially with being the team captain. You need to translate that kind of energy, that kind of leadership inside of the court, and she's really doing such a great job at it.
Exactly. I like the report, Richie. I mean, Diana, I like also the insight, Richie, because if you play with a happy heart, it radiates. And it also affects the other players. And kita mo naman here for Everest, I mean, all smiles and these girls just enjoying the game. But of course, here for Ika, they're still very young. I mean, if I were a player at their age, I mean, I will be really so pressured. But you see the composure of these girls. It's really very admirable.
No, it's just really the gratitude also that both of our teams have shown when it comes to being able to participate in leagues like Shakey's GVIL Rising Stars Cup, because it shows them how different programs are around the Philippines, and they get a little bit of something each game, a little bit of something each point. And I think that's such an advantage to have, especially because they have their own respective bigger leagues other than Shakey's.
Definitely here for Ika and also for Everest, there will be a lot of takeaways. I mean, a league that is, being participated with different schools. But meanwhile, dito...
That's Santos once again with the tips. It's not the quick set. That's why she has blockers in front of her, double blockers. But her reach is pretty high. Her elevation is also good. So all the factors is really playing well for her.
Certainly. But this time...
1-2 play for Everest, pero nabasa yun ng Ika. Andy Chai now from the back, and she is successful, finally breaking the momentum that Everest has been working hard for.
And that Smart Powered Up play was brought to you by Smart's Power All 99. Load now. But they need to score more here for Ika in order for Chai to be here in front. Good pass. Chai right now. This will be finally here. Ika back-to-back points. The 11-point lead here for Everest. It's Ika there.
Better serve there for Ika.
Ika right now, they need to play perfect volleyball.
That will be an attack error that will sail out for Ika.
Substitution here on the side of Ika as Ong will be back here.
Much kudos to Coach Giselle Tan. A while ago from the report, she said they only wanted, their goal was quarterfinals.
Oh,
And now
yeah.
they're inching close to even the finals. So we'll see if they are able to do that here. The first, a service error coming from Nang of Everest.
But of course, we have to admire, I mean, especially those squads in Division 2 who've made it into the semifinals. I mean, what a debut. I mean, most of
Yes.
them, well, all of them, I must say, are actually playing first time here in Shakey's, and being part of the semifinals right away means a lot. Much needed ace here coming from Ong.
Now, she had a couple also, or one in the first set.
But Everest here. This time. Ika right now. Sa gitna muli. How about that?
So really just consecutive points here for Everest. That was Santos a while ago, but this time it was Diaz who got that point.
Rodriguez. You know, no problem for Rodriguez if you were her coach, whether she's at the service line or in attack line. I mean, you know that she can actually score.
Good reception here.
Rodriguez one more time.
Well, off the system.
Oh!
Actually, she wasn't in position, but that attack was going out. Luckily, one of the defenders of Ika actually touched it
And kita mo
just
talaga.
a little bit. You see it. You can barely see that that was a touch ball.
Kasi Coach Giselle Tan naman talaga mukhang talagang ni-rehearse and pinag-practicean talaga itong pipe attack ni Julia Rodriguez. As Andy Chai denied!
Now, Everest knows that the main gunner for Ika is Andy Chai, and that's why, as much as possible, you want to block and really guard her when she aims for an attack.
And that is, you know, the main problem talaga if you keep on going to the same player because the offense will be very predictable na. I mean,
Yes.
it will be easier for the blockers to
That's why
basahin.
we were looking for other players to be activated. A while ago, it was Ong who was helping Chai, but this time she's at the back. Consecutive points here for Everest, inching close to head to the finals.
Yes. Everest right now just climbing their way into the summit of finals.
No, I'm sure they can taste it at this point.
But you know, here for Ika Richie, for most, they may see Ika as the losing team here in this match. But you know, I'm really just thankful here for both Ika and of course for Everest for being the physical form to showcase and give us their talent. There's
Yes.
really nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, they just need to enjoy the moment here playing in Shakey's.
You know, this is one game compared to all of the other games.
Oh,
that
yeah.
They really showed us great volleyball.
Exactly. .13 lead dito for Everest. That is not a very good of a reception. But Diaz, oh, this will be a free ball.
Easy point there for Ika, a 1-2 play.
And here for Suho, I mean, especially for Ika, you just need and get as much point as you want, as you need.
You know, ball game isn't over until
Yeah.
that point reaches 25. So Ika will still try to do their best here.
Better passing here. Julie Rodriguez sa likod na naman.
This time from the opposite side,
Oo.
actually.
Good pass from Alcantara. This will be still playable. No! Let's take one more time.
A good presence of mind coming from goal. Score is now 23-11.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
And Everest right now is filling it. Just few more points to enter the finals here. As team captain, Nang ready to serve here for Everest. She has been really very vocal. The
Yeah.
silent operator, I must say, here for Everest.
Very big advantage also that in the next points. Oh, but first a service ace coming from her. She has 3 spikers in front and Julia Rodriguez at the back, which
Oh,
means 4
yeah.
options to get spikes.
Well, good point, Richie. Even though, I mean, that is 4 options for Everest because Julia can actually be an option dito even from the pipe. But as you can see, match point here for Everest. The fans are standing. The fans are anticipating here. And yes, just like that, with the delight of the fans of Everest here. And Everest, everybody. We're still at match point. Just one more point here for Everest.
Point will be replayed because of the whistle.
Strong serve coming from Capitana. Chai. Julia Rodriguez. Chai said one more, not yet. And Chai right now. Of course, for sure, next season of Shakey's, Chai is one of the players na abangan natin. She's actually exceptional. I do it all player on the side of ICA. This could be it. Not yet. Chai muli.
Better first ball.
This time, this could be the point
But
for
now
the
we have a
finals.
rally.
Oh yeah. Good block coming from Richie Cordero. But yes, not yet, says Ika. Everest now just need one more point. Definitely here, Richie, itong si Chai is surely a superstar already in the making. But that error will give Everest their ticket for the finals tomorrow. With the delight of their fans standing here, they're going home with big smiles on their faces.
Big celebration here for the girls in Everest. Such a great performance coming from this team, but also, of course, a good first set. So many fans in here to support Everest. Of course, Josh Aquino supporting his school.
And we see some parents dito ng mga players from the Everest, and they are really so emotional, Richie. This is such a big achievement for them, you know. As we can see there, one of the moms still having such tears of joy. Everest winning this in a very convincing set against Immaculate Conception. We're going to see them in the finals clash. Bukas na bukas agad.
And we'll find out who will go against these girls from Everest in our next match. That will be
Well,
St.
right
Paul
away.
versus
St. Paul versus Dumushula. And one of them will be Everest opponent for the finals match tomorrow. Still here in Salle Green Hills. A convincing win here of Everest International Academy.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry! worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
Anong sets gusto mo? Mag-isa tayo set. Or share na lang.
Shakey's fun goes on and on. Hero to hero, what a ride. With each new decade, a fun new side. Still serving smiles on every plate. 50 great years, let's celebrate. Shakey's fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. Shakey's got it going on. We still bring the fun.
With decades of great pizza, chicken, and mojos.
Shakey's fun goes on and on.
From era to era to era. The fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
The fun goes on at Shakey's.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
And our first finalist for tomorrow is Everest International Academy winning this match against Immaculate Conception. And this is so much and really very convincing win against Immaculate Conception. But one player comes alive, Richie, and this MVP of the match is brought to you by Shakey's Order. Your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now.
Well, if there was that girl who really shined through from start to finish, it was Julia Rodriguez of the Everest International Academy. She had 14 points to her name, 12 attack points, and 2 service aces. In her previous game, she had more aces and attacks, but this time, she really manned that attack line for her squad.
And I might say a really bright future for this girl. I mean, she has been option everywhere on the court. But right now, let's hear it from Diana.
Thank you, Jong and Richie. Of course, Julia, congratulations, first of all, for getting that win and securing a seat in the finals round. Now, let's just first talk about the game earlier. So, for the first set, it was a catch-up game, but eventually you dominated it. So, how do you think the team went from doing a catch-up game to eventually dominating the whole sets?
I think it's definitely the spirit of the team. Like, we were not able to do that before, and it's been a lot of training. Took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get to this point. And the overall atmosphere of everyone wanting to all win, I think that was really pushing all of us to eventually dominate. Yeah.
All right, so Julia, earlier I talked to Coach, and she said that the only goal was really to get into the quarterfinals. But now you're here in the semis, and now you have a seat in the finals round. So how is it like for you and the whole team?
Me personally, I am so proud of this team because we've come a long way, having only started training together just last year. So this is a big development for all of us. As for everyone else, I know everyone's happy. They're all here standing behind the camera smiling. So yeah, I'm just really proud and happy for everyone.
All right, so Julia, now is the time to greet your friends, family, your team right here. Everyone's here.
Hi. Thanks for watching. And thanks for the support, and thank you to our seniors who, this is our last game all together, so I'm just really proud of all of us. Yes.
All right, so Julia, to the whole team and to the whole Everest community, congratulations for getting that win and having a seat in the finals round. So that's it for our MVP of the match, Jong and Richie, back to you.
Wow, Richie, considering they've just started training last year, and what a development here for Everest. The development pace, they're all entering the finals. Now let's check out our Smart Power the Plays, brought to you by Smart Power All 99 with 10 gig of data, only access to Facebook or TikTok, plus unlimited calls and text to all. Load now. The first set, Richie, that is something that I really expected, especially that these teams really wanted to get a seat in the finals, and I know that both teams must have been really preparing. That is really very close. It is Andy Chai, Julia Rodriguez, hitting from both ends of the net. But I must say that yung pagbawi at yung paghabol dito, Richie, ng Everest really set up the tone for this in the pagpasok ng second set. But of course, kudos dito sa ICA. But yung setting din dito ni Nang, their team captain, the orchestration, she's actually the silent operator, really plays a lot here for Everest.
And when it came to the second set, we saw that the energy from both of our teams really changed. Everest was really taking control and taking advantage of the confidence that they gained from that first set, producing so many attack points, actually activating more of their spikers and really manning that defense. But what we also noticed were the service aces that they were able to accomplish in the second set. So in the first set, they were still manning it with a few drop balls, but in the second set, they had more power into their attacks that really challenged ICA to get the same level of energy.
Exactly, and I must say, this is total mastery, Richie, of Everest. At nandiyan nila yun. The momentum, the mastering, the energy, and the enthusiasm, I must say, of winning the set. Nadala nila hanggang set 3.
You know, that's why consistency is really such a key factor in playing volleyball. You want to win the sets right away, and especially when you performed really well in the first and second set, you want to translate that in the third set as well, and that's what we saw with the girls of Everest. We have Diaz also having a number of her attacks, also Santos from the middle side of the court, and Alcantara, and of course Julia Rodriguez, who really just had that variation of attacks from drop balls to service aces to even setting and defending the ball, and of course her wonderful attack points that will lead them to their victory today. Set number 1, we have 29-31. Set number 2, 8-25. Set 3, 13-25. Everest International Academy will remain victorious and will be seen in tomorrow's finals game.
And of course, we already have one seat guaranteed here for our finals. And let's take a look on our stats. Richie, that is an advantage here for Everest with 38 attack points compared to 31. But it's what is most glaring dito, Richie, is the always double figure aces na naitatala dito ng Everest. And also, not only that, but I think ICA also helped Everest with their errors. 31 big points, that is like 10 errors per set. That is really big. But as we can see on our playoff bracket, only one team, and that is between St. Paul, Pasig, and Dumusula, ang makakaharap dito ng Everest. Meanwhile, ICA is also waiting for a team na matalo dito sa matchup na to for the bronze medal match. And right now, warming up na dito ang dalawang kupunan. Next match will be St. Paul College Pasig going against the Mushula International School. And the afternoon naman, big names like Nazareth, NU going against EAC. And right now, Richie, that is the first match of our semifinals. This is Jong Panerio with Richie Cordero. Stay tuned for our second game of our semifinals.